Hey,
Welcome to Pillow Talk, ladies and gentlemen.
welcome to Pillow Talk with the
Winstons. Hey. So before we start, I wanted to make sure you guys are aware that this episode is brought to you in part by Relaxation Suite Charlotte. Shout out to the Relaxation Suite for sponsoring our first episode. They were actually the ones who sold into us and told us this is what we should do.
Yeah.
So
She
we're
planted
grateful.
the seed. Shout out to Glenda.
Glenda.
Toy.
Yay.
She's the owner. She's so amazing.
Black owned.
Black owned business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we've used her, so she's amazing.
Yeah, we actually had a couples massage with her, so we know that her work actually works.
Mm-hmm.
Pun intended.
And it's needed.
Yeah, it's absolutely needed. So we are here to talk about Pillow Talk, but let's first of all tell the people what Pillow Talk is about, babe. Let's kind of go into where this came about.
Yeah, so the name Pillow Talk, which is it's a crazy story behind like how that came about, right?
Yeah, but first of all, I got to introduce your AKA. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, coming to the mic, I want to introduce to you, Delana Winston, AKA Misfit, AKA Peace Be Within, AKA Miss Affirmation, AKA My Bae.
All that, and then some.
So, you going to introduce me?
Oh, like I was just enjoying you, like hype me.
Hey,
Like,
you know,
hype
I'm
your
like,
bae.
I was hyping my babe, but she just forgot all about me. Hey, this is the first episode. So it's
Shout out to my husband, who most people know him as Chef Kev.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I know the Kevin, I know the Kev, I know the Breeze. I know like all the nicknames, but affectionately as Babe, because that's normally what I call you when I need something, or when I'm called Babe.
But you call me Kevin when there is a problem.
Definitely. So shout out to my boo,
all right,
my co-host.
Thank you for life, right?
For life, my partner, my life, my BFF.
Hey, all of that.
Yeah, all of that.
So yeah, let's talk about Pillow Talk. So as my wife was saying, Pillow Talk was brought to us by an unnamed individual.
Because we do a lot of pillow talking, right?
Yeah, what couple doesn't, honestly?
Right. We do a lot of pillow talking, and so you wanna tell us talk about this, because you're such a great storyteller. So you got to tell the story.
So you got this particular
the PG, because we don't, we're not going to be messy.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be messy. But this particular person did not like the fact that we were pillow talking, and
correct.
Their name and what they did came up, and we just had to, let it be known, that we're not for the messiness.
No, we're a united front. Okay.
Period.
We're a united front, and so of course we're gonna pillow talk. Like we're gonna share stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna like you're my confidant.
So and vice versa.
Yeah, so we're going to be on the same page. You can't come to my husband with something and, it not be brought to me, to my attention.
As they would say, that part.
So anyway, we were told that because we share information and we're on the same page that, we pillow talk.
Yeah,
which we do. So, hey.
Welcome to Pillow Talk.
Thank you shout out to you. Thank you for, planting that seed for us. So here we are, pillow talking.
So to segue from that, because, now you guys got the backstory. Today we're going to be talking about how do you know when you met the right one? Like, that is a loaded statement. So before I even unpack that from my perspective, my wife has some tips. And this is what we call Misfits Fact Checks.
Fact checks. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm a person that like, I don't believe until you got to show me.
Yeah.
So show me the facts, show me the statistics. I need to see proof, because I don't believe it until I see it. You got to show me. Right.
Yeah, that's about right. Took me a while to show you, but hey, I did.
Yeah. So we're talking about how do you know? Like, how do you really know that you've met the one, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to do my little research and see what like studies say about like, how do you know the one, and like, you know, what does that look like for you? And I know it's different for everybody. But so Match.com did a survey, and they surveyed both men and women.
Okay.
And they kind of talked about, you know, at what age do you reach the point that you know you've met the one? And so the studies, when they surveyed these men and women,
okay,
they're saying that the age is 27.
Oh,
I feel like at that age, you don't really know yourself. You're just like really coming into your own, right? And I think you would know, because talking about marriage and relationships, we're just going to keep it real.
Yeah, keep it real.
This is not your first rodeo.
No, it absolutely isn't. And what's crazy is you said that number 27. I had my first marriage that I thought I knew when I was 26.
Yeah, that's so young for a man.
And I was like in the heart of LA and doing my thing. And yeah, you know, you thought you knew, but when you...
So what made you think, I guess, like at that point?
So, you know, I'm not going to go into detail about who and what. Everybody knows. But yeah, I thought because I was moving in LA and I was moving and shaking and I was having fun.
Well, LA is not the place that you really know.
I know, that's the crazy part.
Like, I'm going to meet the one.
Exactly. So I thought I met the one because I was like, yo, this person's from the South. They're, you know, they cook, they do this. They're totally opposite of what I had seen in LA. So I thought that was like, you know, the one. And I mean, we had good times at some point, but circumstantial and kids and life goes on, and you really don't get to know the real person until you get underneath all of the things, you start unpacking it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's how I'll just segue to my story of how I knew you were the one, because I seen what it looked like in the past and I kind of didn't get everything out. So during my little short time when I was separated from my past marriage, I just had fun. I just wowed out. I got it out my system. So by the time I got to you, I knew that A, I couldn't get away with nothing. B,
absolutely not.
I was not trying to lose you. And more importantly, I'm just too old for this, you know? Shit. I'm like, I can't keep going out here thinking that I'm like Mr. Hot Shh. And these people, look, this is our show. We can say shit. I'm sorry. Mr. Hot Shit in these streets.
We keep it real over here.
Yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm too old for this. So, I mean, I knew because you brought things to the table that I never thought that I could get out of a relationship. And hence why we're wearing shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
My soulmate is black. Carrie Hilson, shout out to you and your brand. Thank you for the shirts.
We love our sweatshirts, our matching shirts.
This is dope. Yeah, and we got on our matching shoes too, but we can't see those. But yeah, so that's my spiel. My spiel is I went through all of that. But let me give you the small testimony. I was not able to be prepared for where I am today to be with you had I not gone through what I've gone through.
Right.
And my past experiences taught me how to appreciate what I have today. Yeah. You could go on Instagram and see what you want, but then can you handle it?
Well, and what you think you want is not always what you need.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because, you know, you could gloat after all these things that you see, but that don't mean it's good for you.
Yeah. But then you take them home and it's just like, okay, well, let's take all that off.
Thank you.
The lashes, the lace fronts,
listen,
what's beneath that, right?
Every person has an invisible bag that they walk around with, and you don't even see it until you get into their home. When they're outside, it's invisible. It's just a bag. You don't know how big it is. You don't know what's in it. You don't know how heavy it is. But when they get home and you start unpacking it, you're like, wait a minute, you had this all this time?
Yeah. And when you start unpacking, like, gets real.
Yeah, it gets real.
It gets real because it's just like, okay, we put on our representative is what I like to call it.
Yep, it's a real estate agent.
You've shown your representative for this time. Now stuff starts to get real.
Yeah.
So then when it gets real, it's just like,
Bring it so you don't have to
sorry.
reach up.
Yeah, so when it gets real, it's just like, okay, like we're in this. Like, how are we gonna navigate this?
Yeah, and tell people how you knew, because that was my version of how I knew. But how did you know? Because you was already. I'll let you tell it, but.
Well, I feel like, first of all, 27 for a man, like I said before, like that's just too early, because you don't really know who you are. You've got not given yourself a chance to like get to know you and what you want from another individual.
Correct. You haven't lived yet.
Exactly. You really haven't lived. So at that age, of course, no, like I was focused on my career.
Yep.
At the time. I was really having fun. I think I didn't get like really serious about like who I wanted to be with until I was in my early 30s, when I turned 30.
That makes sense.
And that's kind of when I was, you look on Instagram, you look on Facebook, and you see all your friends getting married, like all your classmates. Like by that time, everybody's kind of like getting engaged and getting married, and that wasn't me.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at me like, well, what's wrong with me?
Why am I late to the party?
Yeah, why am I late to the party? When am I going to find my Prince Charming?
Right.
So I think that's where I was. And I spent a lot of time just loving myself.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, loving myself and getting to know Delana. Like, what do I really want for myself? And so when another individual comes in this situation, then it's like, okay, you're adding to what I've already kind of like built, right?
It's essentially being whole.
Yes.
So if you're important. Adding someone else to an equation and they're whole, or they have a holistic thing about them, it's a little bit easier to kind of embrace it. But that's a but.
But
whole looks good on a picture. Until you start unpacking it. And as you guys listen more, we'll get deeper into some of those foundational practices. Honestly, this is our perspective. That's why we call it Pillow Talk with the Winstons, because this is our version of what helps us and what has helped us. I ain't saying we're perfect by far.
Right.
But what we do have is we have God first, and we have a lot of principles, and we have a lot of tools that we have been able to implement and use on a daily basis that helps us kind of have a great marriage.
Yeah. And full disclaimer, we are not experts.
Thank you.
We're not therapists.
Nope.
We are not licensed. We are simply giving our story, just telling from our perspective, like, what marriage looks like for us and how we were able to connect. And hopefully it like inspires someone else.
Yeah, and hopefully it helps.
You might be going through things that he's, going through a divorce, or, thinking that you might not find that person.
Blended families. Like, there's so many things that I believe we are called to help people, kind of see it in a different lens.
Absolutely.
It doesn't always. So Black love doesn't always have to be portrayed in this lens of perfect. And it also doesn't have to be portrayed in this lens of dysfunction.
Exactly.
So we're hoping to find a happy medium to say, you know what, let's create a better outlook on what people see Black love as. So
absolutely.
So that's what this episode's about. So I think we kind of talked about that. We jumped into it, and we kind of
about our journey.
Yeah, we
talked about like why are we starting this podcast, and like how it came to be.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that the beautiful thing is this is something that we can look at it and be like, yeah, we started together, just like we started our relationship together. Hold on, full disclaimer as well. This is the longest relationship she has been in. I didn't think I was going to make it after her 2-year breaking point.
My longest relationship was 2 years.
Every single one.
By 2 years, because I was very picky.
Tell them about the magic number 2. Tell them.
Very picky. And the thing is, I've dated men who on paper were perfect. Like were like everything that you could ask for, like career.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. What they all check the boxes, right? But then when year 2 hit, it was just like, I was finding something wrong with that person. Like, oh yeah, but I don't like the way he eats. or
Yeah.
I don't. It would be like very simple, silly, stupid stuff. But that lets me know that that person was just not the right person for me.
Yeah, I'm glad you went through those.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, year 2, like it's a wrap. I'm done.
So,
So
guys,
this
I
has
made
been
it.
very interesting. You made it.
I made it. 2018, December 30th. December 28th.
28th. December 28th.
And
We went on our first date.
yes,
December 28th, after you had asked me for
numerous.
I'd say
Okay,
3
guys,
months.
so the fellas can relate to me on this situation. You ever text a chick, and I say a chick because at that time you was a chick. I was like, yo, can I have a date with you? Can I go on brunch with you? Can I do this with you?
Ignore.
Every single time I would text her, it would be like,
oh, I'm busy.
yeah. And I'm
sorry,
like,
I have
first
to
of
work.
all, I know, and I've dated busy women. It ain't that much busy in the world. She just wasn't feeling me in that moment. She wasn't trying to get me to play.
I was focused.
Yeah.
I was definitely focused, and I was like, I don't have time for no BS. Like, if you're coming, come correct.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I respected
come
that
correct.
because I was just like, look, at the end of the day, I am completely, I know I came with a lot. So.
Yeah. And with that being said, so if we could give advice. Men or women who may be listening to us, and they are trying to figure out, like, I'm at a point where I'm ready to settle down.
Yep.
And I want to know, like, how do I find a one? Because I would ask people that, when I was single, I would ask married people, like, how did you know? Like, how did you know that person was the one? And I would always get, oh, you just know. Like, I can't explain it. You just know. And so I'd be like, what? Because mind you, I had been with, in relationships where 2 year, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just not feeling him. So how would I know? So if you could give advice to a woman who is at a point where she's ready to settle down and, she wants to know, well, how do I know that he's the right one? What would you tell her?
So there is, so first of all, if your spirit is in alignment with yourself as a woman, the man has to give you what I call like the top 5 like signs that are, honestly, it's not every person, but these signs should give you a good indicator. 1, he loves himself, not in a vain way, but he loves himself enough to where he knows who he is. His identity is strong. 2, he understands boundaries. He understands boundaries. 3, he loves his mother and his sisters and every woman in his life in a way where you could see, like, you know what? He really treats them right. 4, he has to love God. That should have been number 1, but I have to, just give it to you in whatever order came to my mind. So, but last but not least, he has to be 100% respectful of you. Like, he has to respect you.
That's number 1.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that was her number 1, respect. So that's what I would tell a woman. Love himself. Love his mother. Respect boundaries. Love God. Respect you.
That's good.
That's I mean, I think that's a very valid list, and it's not too much.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff.
So
and don't ignore the red flags
at all.
Men and women.
Yeah.
Like, don't just look over red flags. Like, you need to address it. Be direct.
So she called out several of my, not gonna say several, but the red flags that I showed her, she called them out. It was like, flag on the play. What is this?
Yeah.
And who are you?
And everybody has their shit. Okay. Everybody has their shit. Nobody's perfect.
Straight up.
But when you see things that are just like, are a really big issue for you, then you got to address it and say, hey, because communication is everything as well.
Absolutely. And that's where
we're learning that.
That's where we've been able to learn. So
yeah, that's good.
What would you tell a man who is trying to find the one and he just needs to like, what would you give him advice?
So number 1, know what you want.
Okay.
Know that you are truly ready to settle down. Stop playing with these women.
Straight up.
Especially because a lot of men, they will chase women, like you said, DM. But like, are you really ready to be exclusive?
Yeah.
Are you really ready to settle down?
That's good.
Like, so if you're gonna come correct and know that you're serious and you don't want to still play games.
Yeah.
And things like that.
That's
so
fair.
I think that's number one.
Okay.
Number two would be like you said, no, you need to know yourself.
Yeah.
Like don't go from relationship to relationship to relationship. Like take some time to, spend some time apart and get to know yourself. So those are, because the more you know yourself, the more you know what you want in a relationship and a female. So
that's true. So that's two.
So I think those are my top two.
Those your top two?
Those are,
you got two. Okay. Hey,
for men.
Come correct and know yourself.
Yeah.
I think the rest will take care of itself, and it's, in the beginning. She's not giving you men too many things that you got to figure out.
I think that's the biggest thing, because a woman will let you know, like, from there.
If there's something else that you need to work on, hey, if you come correct and you know yourself, she will give you your other three.
Yeah, she will let you know. You're going to respect me. You're going to honor me.
And did you notice neither one of us named anything about monetary success or job or what it is, stability and all that stuff? Because I believe in this day and age, if you're not, you're just not.
Right.
I'm not even going to lie. Sometimes it's not going to be fully correct. When I met my wife, I was not fully financially prepared, but she didn't judge me.
That's true.
She cultivated, she helped, she supported, and she inspired. And I promise you, ever since she did that, I have not had a broke month since.
Yeah. Ride or die.
Straight up.
Ride or die. But and that's what a lot of women do. Like when we know that you are the one and you have potential.
Potential. That's the word.
We invest.
Yeah.
We invest our time.
And it always, they invest monetary too.
Yeah, monetary.
Some women invest way before the success that you see. Like nobody knows that story. Nobody would never talk about it. So that's a whole nother episode.
That's a whole different episode. We're talking about how do you know?
So what is our relation tips? So every episode we're going to have relation tips and Winspiration, which is our last name in inspiration married together. So relation tips and Winspiration. So I believe that the purpose of marriage. So this would be a question usually. Mm-hmm. What do you believe the purpose of marriage is?
So what do you think? Like, because I think it's different for everyone, right?
Yep.
When you think about like, what is the actual purpose? Is it so I just won't be lonely? For some people, it's because I don't want to pay these bills by myself.
Hey, that's a purpose. There's a purpose.
Yeah, it looks different differently for everyone.
Yep. So if you could tell us what the purpose is, I want you to DM us on the Instagram. All we do is Winston. Tell us what you believe your purpose for marriage is.
Let us know.
And, we're going to tell you what ours is before this episode is over. We got about 5 minutes. So I'm going to let my wife tell you what our purpose for marriage is that we discovered by going through therapy. Went through a 13-step process that was supposed to be premarital, but the house was on fire and we had to go through marriage counseling immediately or this would not have worked. So once we got through this process and our therapist asked us this question and he told us this. Go ahead, babe.
Yeah, but first I just want to say real quick, I highly recommend couples that are engaged to do premarital counseling. It was one thing that I always wanted to do. And so because of COVID, we didn't fully get to meet in person with a therapist and go through premarital counseling. And so life happened.
Yeah.
We got married. We start unpacking, right?
It was unpacking. Like
unpacking, like, showing that person who you really are underneath everything. And so with all that unpacking, like we definitely thought that it would be good for us to go through
and it has
counseling.
And it has been.
And it has been amazing.
Yeah.
It has been wonderful. So I highly recommend like premarital and just like as a tune-up, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Just like as a tune-up, because you have maintenance on your car. So, I mean, you need the same thing for your relationship.
That's true.
So for us, the purpose of marriage is your partner is supposed to help you reach your purpose and your full potential.
That's good.
Because sometimes without them, you may not have reached the level of purpose and, where God truly means for you to be. So your partner is supposed to like help, not hurt. Help. Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, honestly, that's it. That's what it is in a nutshell. Your partner's supposed to help, not hurt. Mm-hmm. So we can unpack that as we go further into our first season of Pillow Talk. But we want to make sure that we are intentional about our time. We're not going to hold you guys longer than 30 minutes each week. This episode.
This was good, babe.
This was great. Like, I feel like we for our first one.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
Yes.
We didn't have a script. We just kind of stuck to what we wanted to talk about. And I believe somebody's going to get impacted by this.
Yeah, and blessed by.
Absolutely.
Because that's the goal. Like when you're happy, when you're happy, your partner's happy, the world is a happier place. Okay, because it's a lot of bitter people.
Oh my goodness.
Walking around.
Yeah. Yeah. Straight like that. So I was going to what are we supposed to?
So we're gonna end our session.
Yeah, we're gonna end our you said session.
Oh.
Like
I feel like it's a therapy session, honestly.
She said it like it was therapy. She said we're gonna end our session with the
We're gonna end this episode 101. Pillow Talk with the Winstons.
But before we end this episode, we want to say thank you to our sponsors. So before you guys go, we want to make sure that we give our sponsors some love. So I'm going to play a quick little promo from our sponsor, the Relaxation Suite of
Shout out
Charlotte.
To Glenda Toy, Relaxation Suite Charlotte.
And I want you guys to check it out. So check her out.
Hi, I'm Glenda Toy, North Carolina licensed massage and bodywork therapist. Also the owner here at the Relaxation Suite South Charlotte. The Relaxation Suite is your premier massage and bodywork studio. I offer a wide range of services, from Swedish to sports to deep tissue, post-BBL care, cupping, and so much more. With over 8 years of experience, my goal is just to create a better you through touch. I truly believe that massage should not just be for a birthday or anniversary, but integrated into your everyday life, into your health and wellness routine. So, from now until the end of March, if you guys mention Pillow Talk with Kevin and Delana, when you book your appointment, you'll be entered in to win a 90-minute session with yours truly. May you all have joy in your life. God bless.
So shout out to Glenda. That was amazing. So as she said, if you mention Pillow Talk, you will get a 90-minute massage, right?
Yep.
So that's our episode.
And make sure if you use her, you get a couples massage. Valentine's is coming up, so that's a perfect gift to give to Bae.
That's right.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with a nice massage.
Absolutely. And she's dope too. Like, she does a lot of stuff for athletes. She does stuff
she does cupping.
Yeah. So it's a full suite.
Yeah.
Full suite of services.
Check her out.
All right, y'all. So we are out. Y'all tune in next week. This episode will be airing February 1st, Tuesday at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
There it is. Check out our YouTube. All we do is Winston. Check out our Instagram. All we do is Winston. At Misfit_wins. At Chef Kev for real. I ain't giving Facebook. It's too much. So y'all be blessed.
Thanks for listening.